Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of Foundation Fortnight. If you're someone new, then I do have a series on my channel called Foundation Fortnight where we test out one new foundation every 15 days. Today is the fourth episode of that series. Do subscribe to my channel and also hit that notification bell right next to that subscribe button so that you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. So today we are going to talk about this foundation right here. This is Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude Water Fresh Makeup Foundation. Do not confuse it with the Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup Foundation. This is the brand new foundation which launched this year, this summer to be specific. So Wayne Goss called this foundation the best he ever tried. So we will see how this foundation performs on my skin. I have a combination skin tone, mostly dry to combination. I do get a little bit of oil in my T-zone. So this foundation is actually supposed to be a lighter version of the original Double Wear foundation. Now let's see what it says on the Estee Lauder website about this foundation. So it says it's a lightweight, SPF 30, anti-pollution, 24-hour wear, light to medium coverage foundation. I don't think I can really judge how well it works against pollution, but yeah, we can definitely judge some of the other claims. Of course, it has, as I mentioned, it does have SPF 30, which is really good. Now this foundation retails for $42 and it is available at Estee Lauder website, Sephora as well as in Ulta. Now for all of my viewers who are from India, I do want to mention that this foundation is also available at Nykaa, and this foundation there retails for 3,600 rupees, which is a little bit weird because the original Double Wear, that one retails for 3,300 rupees on Nykaa, but this one it's a little more expensive. Whereas here in US, both of them retail for $42. Now let's talk about the packaging of this foundation. The packaging is honestly very similar to the original Double Wear foundation. So this bottle, it comes in with a blue box. I will try to insert a picture here. Of course, I don't have the box anymore. It looks quite luxurious, that blue box with golden writing on it. It looks really nice. And this is the actual bottle, which is, as you can see, is frosted glass. So that's really nice, and it has this golden cap. However, a big con of all the Double Wear foundations is that this guy does not come with a pump. So that is a big con of this foundation, especially because this foundation is very liquidy. Now on the Estee Lauder website, they kind of suggest to put your finger on there and then turn the bottle upside down and then just dab it on your face. I will show you that on the demo. I did one side of my face that way, but I really feel that's really unhygienic. However, when they launched this foundation, they also did launch a pump finally. However, that pump is again $10, I believe. So this foundation is $42. On top of that, that pump is $10. Okay, now I am in the shade 4W1 Honey Bronze. Now I did buy this foundation from Estee Lauder website. I did chat with a representative there and I did ask that if I am 4W1 Honey Bronze in the original Double Wear, will I be the exact same shade in the Nude foundation? She said yes, so that's why I went ahead and bought this foundation, and I do feel that it's exact same match. If you have already matched up original Double Wear shade, then you can go ahead and buy the same shade. However, I do have to mention, because I am saying it like it's that brilliant, it's not, because the original Double Wear comes in 38 different shades, whereas this guy still comes in only 12 shades. Now without further ado, let's get into the application of the foundation. So guys, let's get into the application of this foundation. Please excuse my morning look. This is how I look when I just woke up. I literally woke up like half an hour ago. Still really early in the morning. It's still dark outside. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. So as always, I will use my Morphe M439 brush to apply the foundation on one half of my face, and I will use my damp beauty blender to apply it on the other half. So it does say to shake well on the back, so I'm gonna do that first. It's very liquidy. When you are shaking it, you can totally hear it. Can you hear that? Okay, now it says in the website that this is how you are supposed to take out the product, because of course it doesn't come with a pump like this. Then you have the product on your finger, and I'm applying the foundation with brush on say this side, so I will just dab it. Very little product, so I'll take some more. So I recently got a pimple here, but I kind of still can see it, and also on my freckles I can see. So I would say this has given me a light coverage. And the foundation is so liquidy, it's also difficult to build up this foundation. Okay, so taking the product out with your finger, I feel it's so unhygienic, so I couldn't do it anymore. So I put my pump back on. As I mentioned, I do have a pump. Okay, now the beauty blender side, which is my left side. So this is very runny. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, it's extremely runny. So guys, I have finished applying the foundation all over my face. So as you can see, of course it has given me some coverage, but I must say the coverage is really light, so you can still see all my freckles and everything. But of course I did have a little bit of redness here and there, which are all gone now. So I'd say the coverage is light to medium. However, the finish is really beautiful. I like this finish. This is a perfect natural finish. Also, I don't feel like I'm wearing any foundation, so it feels really lightweight on the skin. And also on the touch, I don't feel like I'm wearing anything. So really the finish and the feel of this foundation is really nice. So now I'll go ahead and finish rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back. And I'm back. So I finished my makeup. I put the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer today under my eyes, and I also set under my eyes and also my smile lines with Laura Mercier translucent powder. And then I went ahead with my usual Hoola bronzer, blushes and all that. Everything went on fine on this foundation, and as you can see, it looks really nice right now. I would say it has given me like medium coverage. So yeah, it's looks really nice right now. Right now it's 8:11, so I need to head out to work like right now. So I'll see you guys in few hours. Of course I will again come back by the end of the day. Hi guys, welcome back. So last time I saw you guys, it was really early in the morning. It was like 8:10 and now it's 7:32. So technically I have been wearing this foundation almost 12 hours now. I did put quite a bit of amount of product on my face. However, I don't know if that was the reason or not. I see that the foundation held up really well. This is of course not my first impression. I have used this foundation many times before, and if I just put normal amount, I have experienced that it generally tends to fade away a little bit and the coverage starts to wear off. However, today since I used quite a bit of product because I was trying to build up the coverage and I was trying to see how much I can build up the coverage, I see that today the foundation held up really well. Now let's summarize the performance of this foundation. We'll talk one by one. First, let's talk about the coverage. The coverage is definitely light to medium and it claims to be light to medium. You did see in the demo how much product I used today and I did try to build it up a lot. But with this foundation, you cannot build it to a full coverage. It is quite a liquid foundation. So I myself, I definitely like my full coverage foundation. However, the kind of coverage I got today with that extra bit of product, I think this is enough for a daily look. So I can definitely wear this foundation to work every day. So even though I am a full coverage foundation girl, I can still see myself wear this foundation on a daily basis. Another reason for that is of course the second point in our conversation, which is the finish of this foundation. The finish of this foundation is really beautiful. This definitely gives you a very natural, a little bit of glowy skin-like finish, which I love. And along with that, I do want to talk about the feel of this foundation, which also they claimed in the description that this is very lightweight, and I completely attest to that this is very lightweight. This is very liquidy foundation, so even if I put a lot of product on my face, I really don't feel anything. I really don't feel like that I am wearing a lot of makeup or I have actually put that much of foundation on me. Next up is definitely the performance or longevity of this foundation. Now today I am really impressed that how well it held up for almost 12 hours. So I have to mention here, since I have used this foundation before and I can tell from my experience, it will not be this long wearing if you just use a little bit of product. So if you use enough of this product, enough in this case is actually quite a bit of product. So yes, if you use enough product, then it will be definitely long wearing. Next is shade range of this foundation. Unfortunately, this foundation has only 12 shades. The shade range is really not good. This is a $42 foundation and there are only 12 to choose from. So on the basis of whether this foundation does whatever the claims are there on the website, on the basis of that, whether this foundation gets an yay or nay from me, it definitely gets an yay. But of course you can see that I am not that extra excited because what I just mentioned, for me, since I love full coverage foundation, it's not the ideal. I definitely love the finish of this foundation, but I just wish it was more full coverage. And as I mentioned that with enough product you can always make it really long wearing. It is a nice foundation. You can definitely opt for this foundation. If you don't need or you don't want full coverage foundation, or you often find a lot of foundation very heavy on your skin, this foundation can be a miracle for you. So that was my whole review of Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. A lot of people ask me to do a comparison of Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude Foundation with the original Double Wear Foundation. Of course, I will have that foundation in the next episode of Foundation Fortnight, and there I will do a comparison between these two. So stay tuned for that. Do subscribe and do also hit that notification bell. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.